All right, everybody, it's time to lay down for bed and listen to a story. It's time for the night chicken, and you don't want to miss that now, do you? I didn't think so. Now, if everybody is ready, let's begin. Oh, my little dreamers, gather close tonight, for the wind carries a chill and the scent of turning leaves. And this is the night we speak of, the most terrible and yet most magnificent defense of the season. It was the 24th of October, and the whole world was bathed in a frightening, beautiful glow. The sun, sinking below the night-end fence, was a bruised, blood-red orb, painting the sky and the grass in shades of alarming crimson. The air was thick with tension, for Shy the Night Chicken and her friends were in full retreat. They had been trying to hold the line out by the cornfield, but Larry the Fox and Ziggy Coyote, emboldened by the changing season, had brought more company than usual. A rough, shifty crew intent on taking the bounty of the farm before the deep frost set in. "To the fort! To the fort it!" Skinny the raccoon hissed, scampering backward, his red and white bandana fluttering. He and Shorty had just managed to trip up Ziggy Cousin near the woodpile, but their position was too exposed. Shy, moving with the speed and silence only a creature of the night possesses, led the way. She was the last to duck through the small, loose board at the back of the garden shed, their beloved fortress, their home. This was it, the siege of the Crescent Moon Fort. Inside the old shed, the air was warm with the smell of dried straw and dust. Shorty slammed his body against the loose board Shy had slipped through. Skinny, the barricade long Skinny, bless his mischievous heart, had prepared. He immediately began pulling down bundles of old rope and stacked seed bags from the sagging shelves. Daisy the collie, her warm brown eyes narrowed with focus, took up position by the only window that still had cracked glass, her body a staunch, golden wall. Buttons, the loyal puppy, trembled slightly but stood shoulder to shoulder with Daisy, holding a thick splintered piece of wood in his mouth like a tiny warrior shield. Then the shadow fell. Larry and Ziggy arrived not with a rush, but with an arrogant slowness, circling the shed. The red light of the setting sun made their silhouettes seem enormous and menacing. Larry pressed his nose to the crack in the window, his voice a silky snarl. "Night Chicken," he purred, "ashamed to see your little kingdom end tonight." Shy said nothing. She stood between the two main hay bales, a tiny, sleek black silhouette in the gloom. The little crescent moon pendant on her leg gleamed almost invisibly, a promise of the true night to come. Larry and Ziggy tried to breach the door first, slamming their shoulders against the old wood. The shed groaned, but Skinny expertly placed rake handle, jammed under the door frame, held fast. Ziggy, clever and impatient, sprinted to the back, planning to rip apart the loose board Shy had used. But Skinny had been there first. He had rigged a cascade of dried, hard gourds and rusty bales he'd found in the woodpile. Clang-a-lang-bang-yance. The noise startled Ziggy, sending him stumbling backward right onto a patch of burrs Shorty had gathered. As Ziggy yelped, Larry attempted the window. He began scraping at the cracked glass, inching his paw toward the latch. This was the moment. This was the threat to their very core, to their sanctuary. Shy didn't fight Larry head on. She didn't need to. The red sunset finally vanished, swallowed by the rising dark. In that instant, the darkness became hers. Shy shot up to the rafters, silent as a puff of smoke. She grabbed a small, loose tin from the shelf above the window and nudged it just enough. It fell, not with a bang, but with a clatter, clatter, clatter right onto the window ledge, startling Larry. More importantly, it sent a shower of fine, dried corn kernels through the gap and into the fox's eyes. Blind, stinging, and frustrated, Larry let out a furious cough. "Retreat! It a trick!" he barked, realizing the small fortress was stronger than its size suggested. Ziggy, still picking burrs from his tail, didn't argue. The shadows had come alive, and the night chicken presence felt too vast, too watchful. The villains slipped back into the trees, leaving only the rustling of the night behind them. The heroes inside didn't cheer, they just breathed. Daisy let out a long, shuddering sigh of relief, and Buttons dropped the stick, replacing it with a tired lick to Shy head. Shy, perched on the highest hay bale, watched the first true gleam of the moon silver the fields. The battle was won, not by size, but by loyalty and the clever defense of a true home. In the soft, gentle dark, Shy knew they were not just friends, but a formidable little family, ready to face whatever the long, cold night might bring. And as the true night began, the little shed felt cozier than ever. That's the end of tonight's story, and now comes my favorite part. Let's close our eyes, listen to some soft music, and dream about Shy's next adventure. And while she's out there defending the night, we can sleep easy, knowing she's there, keeping us safe. Sleep tight, everyone, and don't bite any bed bugs.